Hi. So one of the big questions that people have had with Google Meet is, as they get more comfortable, what they're doing is that they are wanting the ability to hold synchronous class meetings with students that are, either with the whole class, with certain kids, but basically a way to get kids online and be able to demo something for them. And unlike something like Zoom, which has a built-in whiteboard feature, Google Meet does not yet. But right now, they do have the ability to do a screen share. And that's going to create something that's just as easy, and I think, if not a little bit better, because of some of the other features that it has. So when you go to Google Meet and you're going to either join or start a meeting, or maybe go to your meeting that was made within Google Classroom, I'm just going to, for the sake of it, I'm going to call it Oneida Sheridan, because, we should always use nicknames for our meetings, as we learned. And I'm going to allow this. It's the first time I'm using it, and I will join now. So once I'm in here, and you can see that I'm in, there's no problem. The next thing I want to do is I want to come down here, and I'm going to share my screen. Now I'm going to share a window. And what I want to do is select the one that it's got right there. And you can see that I'm now presenting my screen. As soon as I do that, what I'm going to do is I want to go over to something called Google Jamboard. Now it's just jamboard.google.com, jamboard.google.com. Now, long story short, Google makes a product very similar to a smartboard called a Jamboard. They made this Jamboard software, which is very, very good. And the Jamboard itself is very, very expensive, and not a lot of people are buying it. But people are starting to really use the software that went with it, because basically it allows for an online collaborative space. So in order to start a new jam, as they call it, what I'm going to do is come down here, hit the little plus, and now I am going to be displaying this to my students back here in the Google Meet, because I'm sharing my screen. So this is going to be what everybody's going to be seeing. Now, you can see in Google Jamboard, what you can do is you have a pen icon with like different colors and thicknesses, and a highlighter and a brush and eraser and a selector. You can put in like a sticky note if you wanted to leave a sticky note on there. Maybe I'll do it blue, and it'll now put that on there. And what it'll do is you can see that I can make it a little bit bigger. I can kind of rotate it over here in the corner and stick that in there. I have the ability to add an image. I also have the ability to do a laser pointer. So, you can obviously use your mouse for this. It is a little bit easier if you have a touchscreen device, because then you can just, sort of write on it like I am. And you can see, maybe if I wanted to do a math problem, I could do 2x plus 3 equals 9. And I'll subtract my 3's. And I'm left with 2x equals 6. And I know that x equals 3. So I can demo things as I'm going. Now, the cool thing is that I can actually just go to another blank page, and it'll keep my original one right there. Now, remember, the kids are seeing all this. Maybe I want to title this Class Notes, and this is going to be what? 4, 10, 20. And you can see up here, I can open this on a Jamboard device, which we don't have, and they're very expensive. Another cool thing is I can actually put a picture in there if I want to. I can upload this from my computer if I already have this saved. I know I put a picture up there in there just for this occasion. You can see that I'm going to put a picture of the breakdown of DNA. Now, what I know about DNA can fit into a thimble. But I know that one of the big things is that, it is a double helix. And that is basically all I know. Now, one of the other cool things about Jamboard is that Jamboard is just like another Google app. It is collaborative. So I can share this Jamboard out. And what I can do is I can put on anyone with the link. I can then save this link. And the cool thing is that I can go back here to the chat feature and I can put that in the chat. So the students can follow along. Now, if they have that and I gave them the ability to edit that, they will be able to write on it if I want to. Actually, I left this as view, so that might be for the better. If I want to do a view so they can follow me as along, if I can do this as edit, they will actually be able to, just like another Google Doc, actually write on it, which is pretty good if you're doing like a small group setting. So remember, as you're using Google Meet, be sure to share your screen and then open up Jamboard, and you can use it as a big collaborative whiteboard. Another neat thing about Jamboard is that you can change the backgrounds for sort of math stuff. So I could actually make it like graph paper. I could do it like dark graph paper, which apparently is more of a thing. I can do lined paper. I can do dots. So it has a lot of different applications, and it's really, really cool to not only use as a whiteboard, but to use as a collaborative whiteboard in general. But now if you combine it with Google Meet, then it really gives it a nice, a great way to mix these two pretty cool apps, and a good way to work with students.